Good morning, members of the North Carolina We the People Coalition and all the members of the press who are here. Thanks for being here at the federal courthouse in Asheville for the kickoff of our petition campaign to create a statewide ballot measure that will allow the people of North Carolina to say loudly and clearly to the U.S. Congress that we want them to pass the 28th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution declaring that corporations are not people and that money is not speech.
Free speech, right.
The two precepts that corporations are people and money is speech are the basis used by the Supreme Court to come to a 5-4 decision in the 2010 Citizens United versus Federal Election Commission case that struck down the McCain-Feingold campaign finance law that attempted to regulate the flow of money into politics from corporations and other artificial entities. These two precepts, that corporations are people and money is speech, are also the basis for previous court decisions that have steadily and insidiously over the course of decades legitimized the notion of corporate constitutional rights at the expense of human rights and the public benefit.
Right.
Without giving local, state, and federal government the authority to regulate corporate political campaign contributions, we're allowing elections to be bought and sold to the highest bidder. In recent years, in North Carolina, we have witnessed firsthand the effects of unbridled and unaccountable money from special interests in politics. As the director of the Canary Coalition, I can tell you, for instance, that corporate money in politics has allowed the natural gas industry to reverse a ban on fracking in North Carolina while virtually writing its own laws and regulations governing that practice. I can tell you that Duke Energy has so much power in the North Carolina General Assembly, the Governor's Office, and the Utilities Commission due to its enormous political campaign contributions that it has been able to avoid the task and cost of cleaning up all of its hazardous and potentially catastrophic coal ash ponds throughout the state. I can tell you that if we don't take our government back by eliminating the corruptive force of money in politics, our state government is going to continue to ignore climate change and to allow Duke Energy and the fossil fuel industries to build more and more regressive infrastructure at a time when the worldwide scientific community is issuing dire warning about the need to rapidly phase out fossil fuels and transition to as quickly as possible to energy efficiency, solar and wind energy. But the effects of corporate money in politics go far beyond just the issues of energy, climate change, and the destruction of our natural environment, as witnessed by the array of organizations who have signed on to this campaign, some of whom are represented and will speak here today. Our coalition so far includes both the Asheville, Buncombe, and Charlotte Mecklenburg local branches of the NAACP, Climate Voices US, Corporations Ain't People from far western North Carolina, Democracy Spring, North Carolina from Raleigh, Greenpeace NC, Mountain People's Assembly, Mountain Voices Alliance, NC Warren from Durham, Occupy WNC, the Canary Coalition, the Climate Times from Boone, and United to Restore Democracy from Asheville. I will now introduce representatives from some of these groups to explain why their organizations found it important to become part of this campaign. And what I'm going to do is introduce everybody at once, and please remember in what order you're supposed to come up so that we can do this smoothly without me coming up in between each time. Carmen Ramos Kennedy will speak for the Asheville, Buncombe County, North Carolina NAACP.
Roger Dietrich.
Pardon?
Roger Dietrich. For Charlotte area.
Okay, Roger Dietrich will speak for the Charlotte We the People group. Alan Lomax will speak for Corporations Ain't People. Ann Hibbard will speak for Occupy WNC, and Lou Patry will speak for a number of groups in the region. Thank you. So Carmen,
I have a
you're
statement as well. Diana Crook also for United to Restore Democracy.
I'm sorry, Diana
okay.
Crook. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Carmen Ramos Kennedy, president of the Asheville Buncombe Branch NAACP. The Asheville Buncombe Branch of NAACP and we the people have had it. Our elections should not be auctions, and we refuse to let our democracy be up for sale any longer. We are standing together to call for a constitutional amendment to overturn Citizens United. Fully 75% of Americans, regardless of party affiliation, remember that, because some like to frame it as Democratic. This is regardless of party affiliation, believe that the wealthy have a better chance than others of influencing elections. They want Citizens United overturned.
Yes, they do.
The conflation of money with free speech has created a political environment wherein only those with money can speak. In the 2014 election cycle, just 50 individuals and their spouses accounted for more than a third of the total money raised by super PACs. Money is not property. It is not speech. Nowhere in the Constitution is money equated with speech. The Constitution makes no mention of corporations or other artificial entities. Human beings, people, eyes, noses, mouths, ears, not corporations, are persons entitled to constitutional rights. 17 states and hundreds of municipalities have passed resolutions calling for the 28th Amendment to the Constitution. Some 5 million have signed petitions demanding that that happens. Asheville Buncombe Branch of the NAACP is here today standing, insisting, no, demanding that we add a 28th Amendment to the Constitution. Let's make North Carolina the 18th state. It's time for Congress to listen to we the people.
Do you need a press packet? I have them. They need a press packet. Good morning. My name is Roger Diedrich. I'm with the Charlotte area We the People Coalition. We are here in Asheville today in solidarity with the North Carolina We the People Coalition and its efforts to support the 28th Amendment that says corporations are not people and money is not speech. There is a growing awareness that our political system needs reform, and this amendment is an important part of that effort. Every day we are reminded of the growing corporate influence over our personal lives, and that now extends to our democratic process. It's time for a change, and the Charlotte area We the People Coalition will do everything in our power to make this effort a success. Thank you.
I'm Alan Lomax, and I am with the Corporations Ain't People, one of the original 3 coalition partners that came together on a statewide basis in support of We the People campaign. We are not anti-corporation. Many of us are business owners and have established corporations to conduct our business affairs. We believe that corporations are excellent entities for conducting the business for which they are chartered. These corporate charters grant our corporations the privilege to enter into contracts, sue and be sued, take out patents, copyrights, and through human effort, perform all necessary business functions. All of this is without personhood. When corporations act in accord with the intentions and within the privileges as set forth by their charters, corporations can contribute to the economic vitality and community well-being. The problem is not corporations. The problem is corporate personhood. When corporations become legal persons, their human rights usurp those of natural-born humans and inevitably become vehicles for exploitation and the maldistribution of wealth and power. Howard Zinn, in A People's History of the United States, stated, "In pre-modern times, the maldistribution of wealth was accomplished by simple force. In modern times, exploitation is disguised. It is accomplished by law, which has the look of neutrality and fairness. The laws of slavery made people property. The laws of corporate personhood make property people. As slavery laws gave slave owners the appearance of civility, the laws of corporate personhood covertly give the appearance of neutrality and fairness and allow corporations under the disguise of civilized law to increasingly usurp the inalienable rights that belong only to we the people." Over the last 2 centuries, unelected court officials, not elected officials, eroded our inalienable rights by granting legal personhood rights to corporations. The courts created not just a person, but a monstrous person. Under the disguise of lawfulness, but without conscience or any kind of normal human constraint, this monster of a person can buy our governments, destroy our environment, poison our food and water, stand between us and our healthcare providers, undermine our communities, and thrive on profits of war. All this with immunity under the law of personhood. We, the people, have the power to stop this monster and take back our inalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Today, we kick off the petition drive to give a powerful voice to the people of North Carolina to say loudly and emphatically that corporations are not people and that money is not free speech.
Great.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today I'm speaking for Occupy Western North Carolina, which meets in Jackson County on the 2nd and 4th Tuesday evenings of every month. As you know, the Supreme Court upheld Citizens United, which made money free speech. Occupy disagrees. Money is not speech. When money is speech, speech is no longer free. If corporations can pour limitless dollars into politics, then my voice and yours is silenced. Even our votes don't count anymore. Global companies have consistently put profits before people. They're using their money to buy the government. We know that if money continues to pour into governments, then citizens of Earth will eventually live in poverty, slowly starving from poor nutrition with little soil, air, or water to sustain life. There is no planet B. The U.S. Supreme Court ruling in Citizens United made clear that only a constitutional amendment can solve this problem. The Constitution of our nation must explicitly state that corporations are not people. They do not have inalienable rights. Spending money is not the same as free speech. To fight this domination by the 1%, we support this ballot initiative. Please add your name today and recruit your like-minded friends to add their names right away. Thank you for listening.
I'm Lou Patry. When my wife and I had a house party in November of 2011, we thought we were representing Amend the Constitution, a national group that is pushing for the same things we're all talking about today. That group that started then has become united to restore democracy here in Western North Carolina. I'm representing, in my mind, if not officially, several groups, including the Peacemaking Potluck of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Asheville, the Veterans for Peace, Physicians for Social Responsibility, and the organizations, some of which have been mentioned already. My remarks are my own and not authorized by any organization. However, our efforts to abolish the threats to extinguish human species from the face of the earth due to dangers of nuclear weapons and worsening climate change are obstructed by immense power of corporations resulting from the Supreme Court decision that states that corporations are persons and that money is speech. We must use our efforts to try to restore our ability to fight social injustice wherever it occurs. We are united together in this effort. I hope we can continue with success in North Carolina, where it has been demonstrated successfully in other locations.
Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Diana Crook. I am a member of the local United to Restore Democracy. The North Carolina We the People ballot measure campaign has been put together.
Hold up a second.
And we're holding because of some noisy trucks. The We the People ballot measure campaign has been put together by several dedicated, politically minded folks who have come together to solve the problems of corporatocracy and money in politics. The local United to Restore Democracy group is a local group of folks that have joined in this statewide coalition, the We the People campaign. This effort is united around the idea that money is not speech and corporations should not have constitutional rights that have been given to people. These several groups have been working together for years to try to bring about change at the local, state, and ultimately national level on this issue. Along the way, there have been many small steps. All of these small steps are making a difference all over this country. The people everywhere are talking about money in politics. They are talking about the problem of corporate rule in our state and our nation. And there's a real recognition and understanding that this issue has impacted all of our day-to-day lives. This ballot measure is a continuation and an extension of that national conversation. It is happening everywhere. As the next North Carolina legislative session begins, we are asking our representatives to let the people of North Carolina have a voice and say what they think on this important issue through the ballot. We recognize that as a nation, our food systems, our energy systems, and our healthcare systems, and much more, are just broken. Most of these systems have been corrupted at every level and no longer work for the common good, but rather the bottom line. This money-driven thinking often fails to support the needs of the people in the communities the larger companies operate in, sometimes even doing grave harm to local economies, local health outcomes, and local safety and security. Some months ago, I sat in a courtroom right here in Asheville and listened as community member after community member expressed their concerns over the new Duke Energy coal-powered energy upgrade project. The consensus was that the community did not want to replace one dirty source of power, coal, with another, fracked gas. This community dared to hope that a plan that included a true, future-thinking, sustainable ideas. The community urged Duke Progress to upgrade the project in a way that could be a shining example and not rather than an exchange of one dirty, harmful fuel source for another. Community member after community member shared their concerns, research that they had done, hopes that they had for the projects, and visions that they hope to see their community implement related to this new project. The one token public comment hearing lasted until well after midnight. A friend was with me and she asked me, surely all of these people in this community speaking out how they feel about this will make some changes to this plan, right? I told her no. This entire hearing was set up as an appeasement. The law says that this kind of public hearing has to be done with the community that such a project is proposed. But the energy company was not likely to, and under no obligation, to make any changes to the plan based on anything said at this hearing, and was just jumping through this hoop so that they could check off the box. It was obvious to me that there was absolutely no intention to take any comments seriously. I explained to her that all of these voices don't count as much as the powerful energy company's voice, because Duke Energy has the money, the power, the political influence, and more rights under the law than all of these community members combined. This is just one small example. This same scenario, and much worse, is playing out all over this country and in many different industries. Community after community are realizing that their free speech and their rights under the law don't count as much as the powerful, politically backed corporations and other artificial entities. This ballot measure is just one more step in a series to try to correct this problem. I ask all of you to join us and help this ballot measure pass. Get some copies of the petition. Go to ncwethepeople.org to learn what is needed. Call your representatives, call other representatives in the state. Together, we can make North Carolina one of the leading states in this political revolution.
All right.
Does anybody else like to make a statement? Does the press have any questions? Thank you all for being here. We will publish the video. We'll do what we can to get this in the news, and we'll start the petition drive as of this moment. We have copies of the petition to distribute. As Diana mentioned, the petition can be downloaded and viewed at ncwethepeople.org.
Yep.
Have a great day. Onward.
Thank you.
Onward. Thank you.